Sometimes in life, things happen, things just they occur that you you have to take in the full irony of the situation. You have to really just take it all in and just realize it's ironic and it's also hypocritical. It's like one thing for sure is this: the Oscar ratings plummeting and all this good stuff. Everybody's been talking about it, but let's be honest here. The Oscar ratings aren't plummeting because everybody thinks so. The YouTubers think it's so woke, it's so this, it's so that, it's so this, it's so that. It's not because of that. It's not. It's literally the reason why the Oscar ratings keep going down and have been going down for about 15 years is because young people don't care about it because of the platform that the YouTubers are currently complaining about the woke people on YouTube. YouTube is the reason why this is happening. Social media is the reason why this is happening. Nobody cares because this is happening. Nobody cares that this is happening. Nobody cares about the Oscars. No one worries. No one wakes up in the morning and says, "Oh man, I can't wait to go watch the Oscars." Most people didn't even know the Oscars were on last year. They didn't know the Oscars were on the year before that. They didn't know the Oscars were on this year. So seriously, let's stop with it. It's because everything's so woke, everything's so that. It's not even that. It's not even that. It's just that it's a bad show. It's a bunch of rich people patting each other on the backs. And social media has made it so the Oscars are irrelevant because people realize, and this is very funny, that people realize we don't need Hollywood. You don't need Hollywood to be an entertainer anymore. All it takes for you to be an entertainer and be relevant is to work a couple of shifts at your job, buy a $50, $100 microphone, buy a camera, or even use your cell phone, and just hit record on your computer. That's why the Oscars are going away. This is why no one's watching the Oscars. So let's just get that out of the way. The Oscars, if you track the decline in the Oscar ratings, it coincides with the rise of social media, the rise of alternative media. That's literally the difference. That's literally what has happened. It's not because of wokeness and all this other stuff. Sure, that's the sizzle reel that all these YouTubers throw out, but it's not that. Let's just stop that right there. But the best part is, while this was all happening, like I said, ironic because this was happening. So the city of Los Angeles is accused of displacing the homeless population around the venue where the Oscars were being held. So this this is not even the most ironic part. I'll get to the most ironic part about this. But they displaced all these homeless people so that they can have the look, the illusion. Once again, Hollywood about the illusion that everything is awesome in LA. Everything is perfect, even though LA is going to absolute crap. I lived in LA for a few years, and I can honestly say LA, other than the weather, and if you live close enough to it, I mean, according to Google Maps, we live 30 minutes from a beach. But then when you account for traffic, we were actually an hour and a half away from a beach. So, if you enjoy sitting in super hot weather in the summer in your car where you're trying to get to a location where you're going to spend 3-4 hours, but it's going to take you 2.5, 3 hours just to get there, even though on the map it says it's not going to take that long. By all means, LA's awesome. But yeah, I hated the traffic. The people were fake. It was just, people were only nice to other people literally because They didn't know who you might be or who you might know or what you might become, and they didn't want to lose that opportunity. So everybody was very fake nice in LA, and God bless them. It's not like the South. The South, you go live in the South, everybody either is really nice to you or they hate you. It's pretty much that. There's no fake to it. But yeah, but yeah, this is perfect. This right here. Keep this in mind. The LA, the city of LA, the county of LA is accused of displacing their homeless population. And why did they do that? Once again, to make it an illusion. But like I said, the most ironic part about this whole thing is that while they were doing that and prepping for that, what wins Best Picture? A movie about a woman who's displaced and becomes homeless. She literally becomes homeless. It's a movie about a homeless person, and they kicked out all the homeless people to give a movie about a woman being homeless an Oscar. Oh God. So let me get this right. So it's okay to give a film Best Picture for a woman being homeless, but a real woman out in the street being homeless, well, we're just gonna shoo them away. I don't know what to say about that one. I have words, but it's so stupid. This is so absolutely dumb and stupid that they literally displace the homeless to give an Oscar about a woman playing a homeless person. Oh God. Hollywood, you never cease to amaze me. You never cease to amaze me. The best part is that the Hollywood people get to pat themselves on the back to say that they spoke about homelessness. This brought up a bigger, grander conversation about homelessness. A grander conversation they're not going to have because they're literally displacing homeless people, and none of these people care that homeless people were displaced to celebrate a movie about being homeless. Wow. But seriously, this is what's wrong with Hollywood, because no one's going to watch this movie outside of the elitists, the coastal elitists. No one's going to watch this movie. No one cares about this movie. This movie is just going to be one of those Oscar winners that no one's going to care about 10 years from now. It's like there was that silent movie that came out, won Best Picture, whatever. It was a silent movie, and it was like The Artist or something like that. No one cared. No one watches that movie. It's not like some classic movie that's taught in film school. It's just a silent movie. But it harkened back to the good old days of Hollywood. But I want to harken back to the good old days of Hollywood because maybe it's just me. But do you remember the first time you saw the Death Star blow up? How cool was that? Or remember the time you found out Darth Vader was Luke Skywalker's father? Whoa. That was cool. Or the time Rocky celebrated climbing all those stairs, screaming bloody and beaten for Adrian. Remember when Denzel Washington became Malcolm X? He wasn't playing Malcolm X. He became Malcolm X. Remember that? Do you remember that? Do you remember when Will Smith became Muhammad Ali? When Will Smith transformed into Muhammad Ali and took you on a journey to another realm. Like it was so amazing to watch. Do you remember watching the movie Gladiator and watching Russell Crowe's character be completely defiant to power? That's real. That was real. Defiance to power. There wasn't this fake stuff that they're portraying that we're, starting a bigger conversation. No, that was the conversation because it spoke real truth to power. It was a time period. It was a timepiece, sure, but it spoke real truth to power, and I feel like that's the problem with Hollywood. That's what Hollywood's sorely lacking nowadays. That I don't know if we're ever going to get that back. But hey, if we don't, feel free to like, share, and subscribe to this channel because we're going to continue to just have fun and be escapist and get away from all the nonsense of the world and have a little bit of fun for a few minutes at a time. So I thank you for listening to me rant. I thank you all. Please be safe, be good. And this is the Drunken Prime, cracking open another beer and signing off.